With parts of the valley under a freeze warning, we wanted to know what kind of damage a freeze can cause to valley citrus.
The Channel 5 Steven Sarabia found out a freeze event in the 80s hurt the local industry. Steven?
That's right. Below freezing temperatures can be deadly for citrus. Most of the industry is still recovering from a freeze over 30 years ago. Just the word is enough to put growers on edge.
It just puts us out of business. We don't recover our production level for 3-4 years afterwards.
Fred Carley is no stranger to the devastation a freeze can bring to citrus. The most recent significant one happened in 2011.
The trees just got iced over, and there again, we couldn't tell that there was real damage.
We had an ice storm at that time. We did have an upper level disturbance that brought in freezing drizzle and rain.
We stopped by the National Weather Service office in Brownsville to see how often temperatures drop below freezing for the valley.
Not all freezes here in the valley mean that it's going to be snow or ice. It's usually just temperatures dropping to 32 degrees or below.
Here we found for the lower valley, temperatures drop to 32 or under every 2 out of 3 years. For the mid-valley, it's 3 out of 5 years. And for the upper valley and ranchlands, it's 9 out of 10 years. Carley says he's been able to handle most of these freezes over the years, though there's 2 which nearly lost him his entire business.
You could almost hear the trunk splitting from the cold.
Both in the 80s.
No, those were major Arctic outbreaks in '83 and '89, in which major temperatures dropped below 20 degrees.
Here's Channel 5 archive footage from the freeze in '89. Temperatures were below freezing over an entire day. Here you can see the ice crystals which formed inside this grapefruit. Thousands of acres of citrus trees destroyed.
We were froze before we knew it.
According to Texas Citrus Mutual, before both freezes, there were about 69,000 acres of citrus in the valley. The aftermath dropped it down to 20,000. Carley himself lost several hundred acres.
Some of them were sold for development. Some of the leased ones, we just, the people, decided to doze them out, and so we didn't have anything there.
Since then, the industry is still recovering. Currently, there are 27,000 acres of citrus groves across the valley, less than half of where it was over 35 years ago.
It's just like losing an old friend and losing your job and everything else. It's just very, very depressing. We were taken by surprise.
While Carley does not feel conditions this week will be nearly as bad as in the past, he's keeping an eye out and hoping for the best. Carley says when temperatures drop to 26 degrees for several hours, that's when he really begins to worry. He says that's when you can start to see damage to both the fruit and trees. Live in the Channel 5 News studio, Steven Sarabia, Channel 5 News at 10.